the truth.
Welcome to Drop Me Off in Nashville with Scotty and friends.
Hey, welcome to Drop Me Off in Nashville. I can't tell you how excited I am about this interview for so many reasons. There's so much I'm going to talk to this gentleman about that I honestly don't even know where to begin. I have like 6 pages of notes on him. He's a one of a kind, you guys. I can't wait to introduce you to this gentleman right after this.
Hey, listen!
Hey, don't go nowhere. We've got more coming at you.
That's right, y'all.
Hey, welcome to Drop Me Off in Nashville. I have a special guest this week. Tell everybody who you are.
Well, hey, Scott, I'm Frankie Justin.
Where are you from?
I'm from Connecticut.
What the heck brought you to Nashville? Besides music. I mean, everybody says that, but I mean, that's what you brought here for, right? It wasn't the music.
I mean, yeah, it was definitely the music. I always knew I was going to be in Nashville. I grew up traveling here, and I just kind of always knew. I'm like...
So it's like your vacation place when you were younger?
No, I mean, yes and no. My family has a saddle business 80 miles north of here.
Okay.
So we would visit here all the time.
You go to the Opry?
Oh, yeah. We do the whole thing. And we were obsessed. My whole family. We love Nashville.
Yeah.
I mean, I have memories of town that, like, I feel grateful. A lot of people that even 10 years ago don't even remember stuff about town.
I know, that was me when I first got here. My father passed, and before he did, I would drive down from Minnesota 12 hours straight. I'd go to the Nashville Palace parking lot, the jacket that you had on.
Yeah.
And if I couldn't afford it, I'd sleep in my truck.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to be here. And so when I first got here, they'd say, what bring you to Nashville? My answer, instead of saying the music business, was, it's my favorite vacation spot.
No, and that's such a great thing because, you know, outside of music, there's so many cool things about Nashville. Obviously, that's what brings everybody here. But, you know, as I've been living here, I've discovered so many more things on why I love this city.
The character of the city is something else, isn't it?
Yeah, and the social life, you know, like I love the fitness lifestyle, and like the fitness community is really cool here. Like there's so many things a week where you can go and meet up with friends and do like cool workouts, free and paid classes.
Biblical,
that's right.
Talk
a lot
about
of
that.
Bible studies. Yeah, so that's been really awesome. I
know it is for you.
Just to, you know, I grew up in Connecticut. We had a great thing called Life Teen, and it was a great community for like high school age.
Lifeteen.com?
Yeah. No, it wasn't .com. It was like, I think it's still going on around the country. It was basically like a social kind of thing.
How can somebody find it if somebody's thinking, well, I like this? I had this girl by the name of Amber Marie on, I think you know. I
love Amber.
And she talked a lot about it, and a lot of people come back to me and say that was so inspirational. I loved hearing her. So when you talk about things like this that I knew were important to you, that's why I want you to talk about it, because I think it's important that the community hears that.
So it's in a lot of parishes, Christian and Catholic parishes across the country. If you look up at Life Teen, I think it's a great way to, you know, lead teens closer to Christ. It's what they say in their bio, but it really gave me a good foundation, a good community. But unfortunately, when we graduated high school, it's hard to find in a lot of places like where I was from. And it was kind of sad. It was like a lot of me and my friends talk about the memory of it. But when I moved to Nashville, there's like multiple young adult groups, people in our 20s, all going to Bible studies, different things. We got this great thing here in Nashville called a Room at the Inn.
Yes.
And you can volunteer for that. That's kind of near Belmont area.
Yeah, I went to Our Savior's Lutheran Church down in Franklin.
Very
Brentwood,
nice.
Something. And they talked about the room at the end just about every single service. So I'm very familiar.
Great.
Yeah, I'm very familiar. I love it. Listen, you're very close to your folks. Your mom. You talk to your mom just about every day?
I talked to her about 5 minutes ago.
What's your mom's name?
My mom's name is Christine.
Christine, thanks for your boy. You did very well with this young man down here. I'm telling you, he does very good, and a lot of people are very proud of him. That's why I'm glad to have him here. Yeah, you guys talk a lot, right?
Yeah, we talk multiple times a day. I mean, to the point I think I drive everybody nuts. I'm just like, what's up?
Yeah.
I mean, not really. It's funny, though, like my grandmother, I talk to my grandma. I'm so blessed to still have her in my life.
Good for you.
She's the last grandparent I have. And it's kind of funny, though, because, like, sometimes I'll be sitting there and I talk to her all the time. And it's really funny because, like, sometimes she'll be like, I got to take this call.
Yeah.
It's like, Grandma, what call? And it's like my aunt.
Yeah.
It's just like me or her. It's the funniest thing. But like, yeah, I have like a Rolodex of people who I annoy every day when I'm driving in traffic.
Yeah, but that's the best time to call is when you get in traffic.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
Nashville traffic has gotten nonsensely crazy. You can't get anywhere fast anymore. No, you might as well forget about it.
You might as well.
Yeah, so we have a mutual friend,
Yes, we do.
Mr. Randy Rich.
Randy Rich Matthews, the man, the myth, the legend.
Can you believe what kind of human being that man is?
You know, I can go. There's just talk about underrated people
Yeah.
in this town and talk about rare humans. When you say 1 in 10,000, I think that's even
I think
underestimating
that's
it.
underestimating for sure.
I mean, really, it really is 1 in a million.
Yeah, there's like 3 people I trust in Nashville. He's one on the list.
Yeah.
3. And I've been here since 2007.
100%. His character, his
Friendship,
friendship.
his caring, his taking on the role of mom and dad for his children
Yes.
had to be dramatically hard. I don't know if I could do it. The success that he's had, the friendship that he puts above everything with people. I mean, he allowed me to stay in his house.
Yeah.
Are you still in his house? I heard that you're moving downtown.
I am just moving, and you know, I almost moved out, and so yeah, Randy gave me my first spot here in Nashville at the house, and I rented his apartment right up there in Goodlettsville.
Right, but
And-
what a sanctuary.
Oh my gosh,
You're far enough out of the city.
yes,
You're close enough to the city, but you drive up that hill. There's something about your shoulders. You come off your ears. It's just like, okay, I'm home. Right? That's what Randy's created.
and it really is. But you know, the environment, the selflessness of that man. I don't know another person like that. You know,
You're right.
It's hard to. I don't think I'll ever find it, Scott, ever again in my life. That kind of friend and that kind of person. And I'm 26.
Yeah.
And I truly don't believe. You know, he's such an intelligent person too. When you talk with him, I really enjoy just sometimes calling up and just chatting.
The thing about it is, you always want to go, how can I ever pay somebody like that back?
Yes.
How do I give back to him what he's given to me? And I know he's not looking for that. And I know that that's not how he's built. But I always feel like I have to give back. I'm not a taker. Sometimes
Exactly.
I feel like I'm a taker. And I hate that feeling. I don't want to feel that way. I want to feel like I want to give back to you more. So I would literally call him and I'll go, I mean, I haven't stayed in his house, I don't know how long, but I'll say, I'm going to go check on your house. And I would just go there. I would make sure, I didn't know if you were there or not. It didn't matter to me. I just wanted to make sure that everything was okay. And just because as a guy, when you live somewhere else and you have a house here and a house here and a house here, who knows what people are going to do? And if they start to see that you're not there, that would, or the grass got a little bit long, or there was a stick in the driveway and it's kind of been there because you're out of town or something. I want to make sure that stuff was taken care of. So it always looks like
100%.
somebody was there. Turn a light on, anything that would make sense, right? But that house is haunted, Frankie.
You know what? So,
Frankie.
and I think I've been there more than any, but like probably you and me
Yeah.
have been there the most, like, and stayed there the most nights and stuff. You know, when I first was there were some freaky things, but it kind of died down the past couple of years.
It has.
It has.
Maybe they left.
Maybe. You know, I threw some holy water around that place, said some prayers.
Then maybe you did it.
I may have.
I'm going to tell you this. Okay, so you know when you go into the kitchen and then you go around the corner, you go up these steps, and you can either go to the right where you would rehearse,
Yeah.
or you go to the left up to the bedrooms.
Yeah.
When I would start to go up to the left, right there, I always felt like I was being followed.
Interesting.
It literally, like, I'm a grown-ass man. I would run up the stairs and
Yeah.
shut the door quick. I felt like I was literally, like somebody was behind me. And I'd turn my head around. I felt it.
Well, the freakiest thing was that we knew who it was.
You're right.
If you believe in that sort of thing, which
Sure.
I'm not really.
Right. But I hear you.
Yeah. like we knew who it was,
Right.
and like the pictures and everything. Like so to fill you
yeah.
in, like fill everybody in. Like Randy would like. I was kind of like, yeah, I don't know. Like when I first moved in there, I remember I woke up and I heard like, and this was always the thing everybody would always talk about. They'd be like, oh yeah, you'd hear the radio turn on in the middle of the night. Well, I remember when I came in one night when I first moved there. Right before then, like I heard the radio going on. And then like one night, I remember I woke up in the middle of the night. It was just me in the house. So for instance, also to make it even creepier, this is like a 5-bedroom house
Yes. Yeah.
in the country,
In the country.
like up on a hill.
Right.
And you're most of the time up until recently, like you're the only one in there.
Yes.
And so I remember waking up in the middle of the night and I heard the radio off. It just went off in the middle of the night.
All by
dude.
itself.
Yeah. And so anyway, that was a big thing for a while, the radio going on and off. So,
All by itself.
yeah. And like, I remember one night I called you because I got freaked out. 1 a.m, I heard this loud knocking on the door. That was the scariest thing.
Yeah.
And I didn't know because, we got a lot of guests that come in and out.
That would always bother me. I'm like, who's in Randy's house?
Yes. Yeah.
Who are you?
No, exactly.
Yeah.
And I would hear, there'd be people coming in at midnight. I'd be like, I'd text Randy at midnight. I'm like, who's upstairs right now? He's like, it's the cleaning lady. I'm
Yeah.
like, the cleaning lady? What? And it was the funniest thing. But, I finally just kind of like, it kind of quieted down after a while. Some people kept on saying things, but I mean, after that, I just threw some holy water, said some prayers, and I don't know. I felt very nice in there and very good in there.
Right.
But yeah, I definitely saw a couple things that were freaky.
Weird.
Yeah.
No, Randy's cool, and we didn't mean to get into the Randy Rich show for sure, but I just wanted to bring him up.
I will go on and on about the Randy Rich show.
He's incredible. I asked him if he was going to be in town this week, so I'm going to be here for quite a while, and I wanted to just maybe go to dinner and do something with him, but I think he's busy right now.
No, to put it on to put a book note in that before we jump off on that, man, if anybody is ever blessed enough to have a friend like that, I mean, the start that man gave me is something that will follow me through the rest of my life.
Right. Every award show, don't forget to say his name.
That's right.
Yeah.
And, just I think too, the friendship in having someone around you who's trustworthy, like Randy Rich Matthews.
Yeah.
And having somebody who is just, I don't know.
One of a kind.
He's one of a kind. And I'm just so grateful that he's in my life. And I just, as I go through my life, I, like you said, can't wait to see. You told me something a long time ago, and you said Randy's the kind of guy where if you ask, can I do this for you? He'll always say no. Mm-hmm. You just have to do it.
Just do it.
And, I just can't wait as I go through my life, no matter where my life goes, what I can do and what I can bring for him and his family.
Right. It's the little things. I think that's what he appreciates. I think he can smell it out now because so many people have been such bad to him that. Anyway, let's go on with your career. So you got to Nashville. You got this place. You got a guitar. What happens when you first get here? We're in a big town of Nashville, Tennessee. How am I going to make your footprint here? What did you do?
That's a great question. Well, I have great mentors and a really great mentor, producer, Jimmy Ritchie. I can seriously say, like, he's my best friend in town. Like, he's just such a good person. For those of you who don't know, Jimmy's produced Jake Owen. He's written multiple songs for George Strait, songs that I grew up listening to on the radio. And he's just incredible, smart, talented person. So, just being able to be around people like that really was.
How'd you meet him?
So I met him through another great friend of mine, Chris Hunter.
Okay.
So, and I met Chris through a writer, Brian Warren. And so Chris is another guy who's just so talented, great publisher. And he always just had an eye for finding people and finding artists, He worked with Jake Owen as well and a bunch of other artists through the years. But I recorded one of his songs that was on his publishing company through Brian, and we got to talking.
What was it called?
It was called Quitting You.
quitting you. Okay.
Yeah. And so we just started talking. We hit it off, and we're, still great friends to this day. Some of my favorite times are going out to his farm south of town, and it's just so peaceful and kind of therapeutic, really.
This show is called Drop Me Off in Nashville, and you understand why I'm doing it. I'm trying to save these kids from the nonsense of the world, right?
Yeah.
The people that are just no good, and that's what they're up to is no good.
Yeah.
And I preach just about every week. Make sure you surround yourself with good people. Make sure in your network with a brain. Talk with people. Start to feel it out. Listen to that thing in your head that's telling you this might not make a little bit of sense. But let's talk about the music business, right?
I'm for it. Let's go.
Yeah, the writing the song, that's kind of the easy part, right? Then after the business part comes involved, when you talk about Spotify and putting up Spotify for artists and your snippet videos that you need to put on there and marketing that and getting that out to the world and doing all the different clips that you put on social media. The business part of it is almost, I don't want to say more important, but it seems like that's where the industry has taken it. It's not about the song anymore. It's about where are you going to get that song? Are you going to get it to 1 million before we'll even take the time to listen to? Do you feel that crunch? Do you feel that pressure?
That's a great question. I believe the interesting thing about music business is it's always evolving, like any business, but kind of even more, So when I first moved to town, a lot of people will go and do the thing where you go out, meet people like at a bar or something.
Sure.
And that's fun. That's great.
Sure.
I did that a bit, and I'll still, do that from time to time. But I got great advice that was like, hey, it'll pay you more to sit in your room and learn about music marketing than it will any night sitting on a bar stool.
Amen.
And,
Good advice.
so I really, I kind of, some people I'll go down to Midtown and be like, where you been? But I've still been doing my thing. I lock myself in a room and I study and I try to implement. I trial and error, test. And I think it's paid me well.
You watch your socials closely.
Yeah, I think that's definitely my main focus,
Because you started a niche where you would get out of a truck and say, hey, Frankie, do this song, and you'd sing it. And now you're doing a lot of guitar stuff. You became a very good guitar player.
Thank you.
You're into it. You'll sit on the ground, you'll sit in the kitchen, you'll sit anywhere, and you'll just pick and play.
And I'll tell you, playing on Broadway, that's helped my guitar playing.
I tell everybody, if you decide that Nashville isn't for you, or I don't want to say give up because that's always hurts somebody's ego. I'm not saying that to you because you won't give up. But if people come to Nashville, they spend 2 years in Broadway, you have 20 years of lessons here that you couldn't get back home. So if you did go, I'm done, I'm going home, you would probably be the superstar of your state because of what you've learned in Nashville, right?
That's the cool thing about, learning on Broadway is you can take any of those songs in that set list, and if you play it 4 hours away from here, you are going to be the talk of the town.
You're going to be the talk of the town.
Yeah.
You're going to have a nice career.
Yeah.
So there's no failure really in Nashville if you decide to go home.
And that's the cool thing. I heard this the other day. I don't know where, probably somewhere on social media. And this is not in any way, I'm a big advocate for anything you do in life to stay the course. Mm-hmm. Pivot, but stay the course.
Right.
So somebody said, and I love this quote. So if anybody needs to hear this right now, it says, you never give up on your dreams. They can just become a hobby. I thought that was very interesting.
That's very powerful.
Yeah.
Think about what they're saying there. If it's just not connecting, it's not making sense.
Yeah.
It still can be a great hobby and you can make very good money doing it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, when I was back in Minnesota, I had a bar and we were paying people back in 2000 $2,500 a night to come in and play. And they took a break every 15 minutes, it seemed like.
Yeah.
Down here, it's 4 hours straight.
Yeah.
How do you protect your voice?
That's a great question. Gosh, I keep on saying that's a great question.
I'm complimented, so keep saying it.
A lot of things. So I drink, ideally, I'll tell you what you should do and then what I aim to do. Stay hydrated, drink lots of water. And I definitely advocate for vocal lessons and or a vocal coach. Yes, you have your God-given talent, but if you are going to make a career out of this and you are going to do what you need to do, because think about it, multiple things. And I really want any singers to really hear this, because I've run myself into train wrecks before and had to be off of work for 2 months, 3 months. And that was like the worst part of my life, not being able to do what I do. So the biggest thing is water, not screaming. Screaming,
That's
one
not
scream.
singing, yeah.
It's not singing, and also just screaming in general and shouting. One scream can change your vocal cords forever.
Right.
I was on a ride at Disney World, and, it
Came out of you.
it came out of me. And for a couple months, and then I also just had some, sick pneumonia or something. In between that and that, a couple months, but I'm better now, thank God. But vocal warm-ups. Every time I do a show, I do a vocal warm-up of like 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a different singer when I warm up and when I don't.
We just had in last week a guy by the name of Billy Robbins. His sister is Judy Robbins.
Yeah.
And she, Judy Rodman, I'm sorry. And she's a high-end vocal coach in Nashville. And it's surprising. And I said this to Billy last week. I said, it's surprising when I say, you need to call Judy Rodman up. Why? Well, because she's a vocal coach. What do you need a vocal coach for? Because you can sing. I'm giving you the best compliment I can give you. Go protect your instrument. Let her help you. I have no skin in the game with her. She's just that good. And I'm telling you that you can sing. So go and just learn from her. Do 2 or 3 lessons, whatever it is, and apply what she's teaching you and see what happens. She's a huge success with that. So it's funny because it's been time and time. I don't need a vocal coach. They're almost insulted, but it's the complete opposite, Frankie, right? And you know that.
100%. And, I think every artist is going to learn that. Initially when I'd hear stuff like that, I was a kid, a teenager or whatever. And yes, there's that insult, but I really urge people to, it's not an insult. It really needs to be restructured in a way that it's a little bit more accepted, like, oh yeah, this is an investment in myself. This is an investment. Like I would rather you invest in vocal coach and vocal lessons, and a good one. Make sure you get your reviews, because the wrong ones can do the adverse.
Absolutely.
Than the best microphone setup or the best anything, because, excuse me, that's going to be the big thing. One thing I want to just usher to singers too is you're talking. Your voice is also exerting when you're talking. So be cognizant of that. And one of the best quotes I heard was from a mentor of mine. He said, you're going to have people depending on you as you go through your career. There's going to be people depending on you. So think about it. There's going to be people trying to put food on their table for their families. There's going to be people who are trying to make rent as you build your career and build your team. And it's up to you. If you do a vocal injury or are out the night before, that little kid, what are they going to do?
Right. Right now, I'm managing a major Billboard artist, and it takes a team. So when you talk about a team, we have 5 full-time people that run his career, me being one of them, and it is a lot. So if he stepped back or was out for vocals, we're out. There's nothing coming in. So what you're saying is 100% correct. And the advice that gentleman gave you or that woman gave you is very, very smart. And I always preach to people, like, you're the boss. At the end of the day, you're going to be the boss. And you're going to have a management team. You're going to have a lawyer. You're going to have all that mess, label. But at the end of the day, you're the boss. You still have to understand why the drummer does what he does, why the bassist does what he does, why the sound check matters, and why he needs to do where he needs to stand. What his vocals need to set. When you set the stage up, why it takes as long. If you know all that stuff, you can appreciate the people that you surround yourself with, right? And then when you start to build your management team or your social media team or the people that are going to post for you or the people who are going to help you with Spotify for artists and make sure that your song is out properly, and your lawyer is taking care of all your pro registration and your copyright. You have all these people doing these things. But if you know that as the artist, you can appreciate what they do for you. When you don't know that and you just think that that's just something that's easy, it doesn't work that way, does it?
No. And, when you're an independent artist and you see how much time to do everything right takes, how much it just doesn't take, it's not like,
No.
and it's done.
No.
Even it's just little things where it's,
No.
It's funny because it's like, I'm an artist and it's like an office job.
It is
a lot of the times,
It's the music business.
Today I went down and I shot some content with a friend of mine, another artist. We were sitting there, and then I went to the well and I worked for about 4 or 5 hours on my computer.
Awesome.
And then I went back home, practiced some songs I'm working on for a little bit, and came here. So,
Psst, everybody, are you listening? That's why I keep telling you he's the hardest working guy in Nashville, Tennessee, and he doesn't believe it. Frankie Justin. John, I'm right on the mic. I'm sorry. You are, Frankie. You work your hind end off.
I
Everybody
appreciate
sees
that.
it.
Thank you.
You don't take this lightly.
No. Another great thing. It's I love it. And every singer, when they're coming into this, a lot of people, if anybody can get anything out of if anybody gets anything out of this podcast, I just want to say, and now, granted, advice from me, take it for what it's worth. Take it for what it is.
I'd say the same thing.
I mean, take it as. I mean, just take it for whatever it is.
Yeah.
I'm not Garth Brooks telling you this.
Right.
I'm not so I don't have something hugely colossal to back it up, if you will.
Sure.
So anyway, but when you come to town, I see so many people that don't understand I'm going to try to word this the right way. They don't understand certain ladders. They don't understand certain ways. I want you, if you're going to move to Nashville, if you're going to do music at all, if you're going to do music in anywhere outside of Nashville, what are your goals? What are your timelines? What are your plans? I really, really want to usher that. Yes, what is your business plan? By what time do you think, and don't put pressure on yourself. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, what are the steps you're going to take to get where you want? What is success to you? What are your goals? You could say, yes, I want to be a singer. I want to make a living, but specificity?
Yeah.
Being specific.
Sure.
I did not say that word right, but being
That's okay.
specific in what you want and what your goals are. My mind's way too analytical.
No. You have to be.
Yeah, and I really think,
You're the brand. You realize, like your can of paint on the shelf. How is your can of paint going to sell better than somebody else next to you? How are you going to build that brand? How are you going to build your product, your song catalog? When somebody says, hey, I think I have the best song, and you pitch it to an artist, and that artist goes, it doesn't fit what we're doing right now, even though the song is great. It's not fitting the project. It's not fitting the brand. It's not fitting the tour that we're going to do to back it. All those things make a lot of sense when you think about the music industry. And those are things that you're going to have to deal with once your success continues to grow. You're going to be going, okay, this is what my project's going to be. This is kind of what we're doing. I'm going to be opening for, let's just say, Blake Shelton, and I'm going to be doing these songs. These songs need to be in that type of format. I have to figure that out. I have to grow that way. I know this is a great song, but do I put a hold on it? Do I pass on it? What do I do with this thing? How is it going to fit my brand? How's it going to fit Frankie, right? And so those are the things that as you continue to grow as an artist and you get your deal, you're going to have to navigate that. We'll be right back after this.
Drop me off in Nashville hotline. May I help you, please?
Yeah, let me talk to Scotty Hooger. I want him to make me a big Nashville star.
Just one moment, sir.
Scotty here. You got 20 seconds to impress me. Go.
Okay. I'm a big hick. I live out in the sticks. My wife says I got a date.
Whoa. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to help you. Bye-bye.
I guess he doesn't like people with big necks.
Hey, welcome back to Drop Me Off in Nashville. What a great interview this is, Frankie. Thanks for coming in today, man.
Hey, thank you, Scott.
You guys are so busy. So, I try to work around everybody's schedule, and sometimes it just doesn't work out. We have another mutual friend.
That we do.
I love this guy too. Remember I said I have 3 that I trust? This is number 2. Scott Collier.
Well, I'm so honored that I know 2 of your trusted friends. And I'm right there with you. Scott is like, he's just one of those people that like, I've learned so much from.
I can't even tell you.
Like, and if anybody doesn't know who Scott Collier is,
Figure it out.
Stop this right now. I'm sorry, Scott. Go look up Scott Collier online. This man is talent, showmanship, charisma, the person he is.
Yeah.
I've known Scott since I was 13, I think. Mm-hmm. And man, you talk about such a person in Nashville who's made a difference in so many singers' lives.
Unbelievable.
It's incredible. And I mean, man, there's things on stage that I do that I mimic Scott.
You learn from him.
Yeah.
I had him on for 2 parts. We interviewed here.
Awesome.
There was so much information that I had that I couldn't. And then when I brought Mike Estes in from Skinnerd, who does Skinny Molly, we went down after that, and Mike got on stage with Scott and played.
I love it.
And Scott said to his guitar player, "Take that damn guitar and go bring it to the pawn shop." His guitar player, because Mikey he has that gift. It was just funny, you know what I mean? Like, Mike's gonna come up and set your guitar on fire here. So you just go sit down. You might as well just quit. Go bring it to the pawn shop. Get rid of that damn thing, because he's gonna show you how you play guitar. And it was in fun, and everybody laughed. But it was just, he's so clever and witty on stage.
He is.
It's funny when I would literally plan. When I come to town, I plan my life around when Scott's going to play so I can go down and watch him. And I always do the same thing. Even when he was at Tootsie's before the 3rd floor was there, I always walk the bar. The very first thing. I want to see who's paying attention to him. I want to see what people are saying. If he's cute, anything that oh my God, this guy's a talent. Anything that I hear, because I want to give that back to Scott, because sometimes I feel like it can be so unrewarding. Just sitting up there for 4 hours going, yeah, great, I made $1,000 today in tips, but I want to go, Scotty, you don't believe the things I think. They don't know that I know you until you call me out in the stage and make an ass of me in your bar. But I always share it with him. The people I was sitting next to said, "You're the best people they've seen on Broadway." And I always say that, I'll tell Scotty that, because I think he needs to hear that. And I think that he's probably one of the biggest success stories in town. He gets to raise his child. He gets to be 2 miles from his place where he works, works 4 days a week. And he does this honky-tonk school that is teaching and giving opportunities to some of the best. And you're sitting next to me telling me right now that you've mimicked or learned from him yourself. And I said that my first 5 shows, I said, if you're an artist in Nashville, go sit downtown, go find Scott Collier, go 100%. Find Joan Stone, and do not leave until you see them 20 times in a row and learn what they do. Don't just listen to how great they sing their songs. Watch what they do. Look deeper. Look deeper. What works for them? Find that guy that is their back is towards Collier, and find out in 20 minutes from now how that guy is turned around because he somehow got them to turn around from what he said on stage. Did you pick up on all of that? Is that how you learned from him?
Oh, yeah. And, also just there's like little quotes in the back of my mind from Scott that I think of all the time. And it's literally little lessons that he's taught or talked about. And, if I'm making a set list, if I'm on stage, if something's, I just think about what to do when this happens, what to do in this scenario. And it's
the palm of your hand when you can grab them, right? That's what he teaches. Because you have strangers every day that are different. You don't have the same people in your hometown coming to see you who know who's Frankie Justin. This is complete strangers who come here.
Ireland, Germany.
And you have to hold them in your hand.
Yeah.
And he teaches you that.
Yeah.
And you've become very good at that.
Thanks.
Right?
He's such a great talent. And it just the fact that my path is crossed with him is definitely one of the biggest blessings in me becoming an artist.
Scotty, we love you, brother. Keep doing what you're doing. There's so many people that idolize you. Let's talk about your first guitar from a famous family.
Yeah, before we do that, I just want to also say 2 other great people, man. If Scott will attest to this, 3 other great people. for. I keep on thinking about my whole Tootsie's family.
Yeah.
You know, you go back and there was a guy named Greg Humphrey.
Oh my gosh, rest in peace, Greg.
God bless Greg. He's been gone a long time now, but he's the one who originally got me up at Tootsie's. And then, you know, I started
play that bass.
Play that bass. And Greg Humphrey was, gosh, what a legend.
Love Greg.
Yeah. And, you know, I played with him and Scott. There's another great drummer down there I just played with not long ago. He was the first guy I ever played with Greg downtown when I was like 12. Mm-hmm. It's crazy to think I'd like come visit town and sit in.
Sure.
Sticks.
I don't know him.
He's an
Jeff
amazing.
Sticks? Is it Jeff?
No, I don't believe so.
Okay.
But Sticks is a great drummer. Played in Loretta Lynn, just a legend. You know, John Taylor, another great man. Anita.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
Anita's amazing.
Yeah.
And what a very positive, great person. I always love our conversations. They're very intelligent, very inspirational.
Mr. O'Baney, we had one of Loretta Lynn's backup singers in here. What was his name? He did vocals for us.
Oh, Michael Lusk.
Michael Lusk, he did come in and he works with John Albany's team and he does sings demos. And he was with I love Loretta Lynn, man. It was my heroes. Loretta Lynn, and in this order, I'll tell you in this order. It was Charlie Pride when I was a little boy, first concert I ever seen. Then I had dinner in his house, helped manage his son. Had dinner at the Opry with him. Been to his last recordings. I was in the studio with him. You remember, you're my hero. I'd put headphones on and play his 8-track, and I'd build. I'd take playing cards and I'd build forts out of playing cards and study his music. Not that I knew that I was doing that, but I loved him that much in his voice that the album that I would play, it almost wore out. I brought to his house in Dallas, and when he signed it, I cried. And I asked him politely when I was leaving, I said, I almost feel bad asking this, but because I consider him like a friend at that point, even though I was he may not have looked at me like that, but he sure treated me like that. But when I asked him to sign it and he did, tears came down. He goes, "What's the matter, Scotty?" And I said, "I'm just honored." But anyway, so it's Charlie Pride, Loretta Lynn, and Garth. And it's because they all did it their own way. They all did it. They all had their own challenges per se, in my mind. And I keep those three people. So when you brought up Loretta, just again, her name just continues to seem to come up in my show over and over and over again. And I think that's just a big testament to who that woman was. And so I was really honored because Michael Lusk, when he came in and sang, the songs that he did were songs that I wrote myself, that over the 20 years, all the ones that I had, I picked 8. And those 8 are the ones that I chose to get done. And he, when he said that he was with Loretta, it was just kind of cool. But anyway, so you had this great Tootsie's family. How often are you playing down there?
Man, it just depends on the week if I'm in town and whatnot. Whenever I'm in town, it's usually about 2-3 times a week. Yeah.
You sing everywhere. Stairwells. I just saw that. What was that all about? 'Cause that sounded pretty good. I've heard a lot of bathrooms, public bathrooms, where people. But you were in that stairwell. Were you downtown somewhere?
Yeah, I was down off the row. I just got done singing some content shoot with a buddy of mine. And it was hilarious because I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to make a few videos. It was funny because I just did a few takes going up and down the stairwell.
Yeah. Did anybody walk in while you were doing it?
No, but these guys, I walked out and there were these guys outside of an office. They're like, sounded good, man. That was awesome.
When you're doing your requests, it seems like Kenny Chesney is what people are requesting from you.
Oh, man. It's been cool, yeah.
Yeah. How'd that come about? I mean, just because you do a lot of George Strait, you just kind of dabble in everything, and that's been the request or the...
Well, I have a few inspirations. Obviously, when we look at artists as inspirations, when we look at them for their music and how they make you feel and just how they affect people and affect you. But I love artists who are really great business people and have a work ethic that's just undeniable.
That's Kenny Chesney.
100%. And gosh, if there's a few people that if I could just meet and have a conversation like this and just talk about
I'm not going to pee on you. I'm not going to even though I think you're great. It was like with me with Charlie. I wanted to go, you're the best thing in the world. But it wasn't that. I was like, I just want to visit with you.
I don't really get I met Kenny once, and it was just a CRS. It was a quick thing, and I didn't even want I didn't take a picture with him.
No,
I just met him, and I said, "Sir, I don't want a picture. I just want to shake your hand."
Yeah,
and he's like, "All right, buddy," because there's a million people around.
Sure.
But I look at people like Kenny, Taylor Swift, Garth Brooks.
They blaze their trail.
But they're incredible business people and they're very intelligent. I love people who are just really good. Not only are they great artists, but they're great business people and they're great at not managing. Well, yeah, really managing themselves in a way. And,
rise above the noise.
Yeah, they have values and principles. It's incredible. But the Kenny thing for my TikTok and social media just came naturally. It wasn't anything that was forced or anything I thought would be a cool thing. I just was playing a show in Montana, did a Kenny cover, and people were like, whoa.
Tell Kenny your TikTok. What is it?
Frankie Justin Music. And Kenny
give him a shout out, will you, brother? Just give him something. I mean, he deserves it.
We got 600,000 views, bro.
Let's
go.
He's got the biggest smile on his face right now, Kenny, that you could ever imagine. Man, that's got to be cool on Kenny's side, though, to have people like that just idolize everything that he's done. And not only just his music, but respect his craft and his workmanship. I think when he got honored at the Country Music Hall of Fame, it really showed his character and how much he is grateful to have the life that he has.
And I just look at the respect and the work ethic and how the person that these people are, I mean, you hear these stories of just how much he worked, but I don't want to say worked in the right way, but worked in a way that was, I remember I saw him in an interview in person and he was saying, you go out there and nothing's, and I'm paraphrasing really hard right now.
That's okay.
But basically, I think it was his grandmother or mother or somebody said in his life, look, you're going to have to go out there in the world. You're going to have to take certain things and you're going to have to go out there and you're going to have to basically go for it, And so he just had this insane vision and drive and focus. And that's something like that I aim and hope I can obtain one day.
Yeah.
Is at least be able to have, I love looking at different people's day in the lives. And, I'm like, if I can obtain a day in the life and set out their kind of work.
That's what I keep trying to tell you. You have to hear me. When people talk about Garth, when people talk about Kenny, they go, there's 20 people in the room. And Garth worked harder than all those other 20 people put together. Kenny worked harder than all the other 20 people. But that's you. I keep telling you that. You work hard. People see it. When people talk about it, that's a quality. Keep it up.
Thank you, Scott.
We'll be right back after this.
Looking for your all-access pass to the heart of Music City? Whether you're an artist, songwriter, or just a fan of real-deal country music, the Nashville Music Guide has you covered. Discover who's rising, who's playing, and what's really happening behind the scenes. From Broadway to the back roads, it's your go-to guide for the music that moves Nashville. Find it in print, online, and everywhere music lives. Nashville Music Guide, where legends and locals meet.
So, Frankie, welcome back to Drop Me Off in Nashville. Tell me about George Clooney. I mean, come on. That's one of the biggest stars in the world. You were handpicked by this guy, right?
Yeah, it was cool.
Tell me how this went down.
So, yeah, I submitted on this project, this film up in Massachusetts. I was doing some stuff up there at the time. Living in Connecticut. And director, he was directing this movie called The Tender Bar at the time. And he was picking out people, so I sent in my picture and whatnot. And there's a few rounds you go through.
What do you mean, like rounds? Like you have to audition?
Oh, I guess just approval rounds and whatnot. Okay. So there's a bunch of availability checks and whatnot. So, I kept on making it through the rounds. And I got to be in his film. I was an extra.
Wait. We're going too fast. So you go in front of let's just call it an intern, whoever that is. And they go, okay, we think that you're good. You can go on to the next step.
It wasn't even that. Wasn't even that.
Were there lines?
Complicated. No, I was in this part. I was an extra,
Okay.
but it was in a really cool scene, and I do see myself in the movie.
Okay,
It was neat.
so you got in front of George. You walked in the room, then you saw him.
Yeah, well, I didn't see him until I was on set that day, and we were all
So
working
you were picked without him.
without meeting him.
Okay, so
Yeah.
when you got on set, what happened?
I got on set, and it was just such a cool experience to see him. Other actors that I, have been a big fan of. I'm just like, excuse me, like walking by. I'm just like,
Sure.
It's like,
But
wow.
you handled yourself professionally, obviously.
Of course.
You didn't go, okay, get an autograph. You didn't do any of that.
No,
it was
no.
work. We're working.
Yeah, you work, you don't do that.
Right.
And it was really cool to just be around him and see how humble and see how his personality. I mean, that guy does light up a room. I mean, he was directing it. He was funny. He had everybody laughing, and he was just a very kind of coolness about him in person.
And that radiates.
It did.
Makes the room go, okay, we're not going to get totally killed if we screw this line up, but we're going to learn from it and move forward.
No, hilarious. And not like an overly like, I'm trying to be this likable guy. No, just like this coolness and like, man, he's cool. Let's go have I don't drink, but man, if I was going to have a drink, I'd have a drink with George Clooney.
Right.
Have some bourbon or something.
Well, I'll tell you, Frankie, I when I started pushing the sizzle reel around, you are always the one who gets pointed out. Everybody, we had like 6 people on, and we had a bunch of different mentors on, and everybody said the same thing. There's something about you.
Oh,
so there's something there. But think about it. If you start doing videos in your music career, you already know that you have that camera gift.
Well, I love film, I love movies, and I love music. I love movies and music. But I think the real big thing that if I can ever do, I just want to make, as I go through this life, we only have so much time. That's our greatest asset. And I just, no matter where I get in my life, I just want to make a difference. I want to make a difference for somebody. Leave a mark, but in a positive way. And I know that's cliche. A lot of people say that.
No, it's not, man. I live the same life.
Yeah. And, if I can change, if I can change one person's life for the better and just be a positive impact, bring somebody happiness. I think that's the big thing. I mean, when I do music, I love it, but I want to elicit some kind of happiness out of somebody.
Right.
I want somebody to have escapism.
So hang on, hold on to that thought. So you mean because of this? You're talking about this?
Yeah.
If you had an arm like old Brett Favre, wind at your back, wouldn't be that hard to throw a rock from end to end of this little town.
It's on my playlist.
Oh, thank you.
On Spotify. I listen to that thing just about every day.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
More than me.
Yeah. No,
I'd be a narcissist if I did, though.
No. Jesus, Mama, and cold beer. Where did you get that song?
So that was through Chris Hunter and Jimmy Ritchie.
They pitched it to you.
It was in a pitch from Chris, and it's in Jimmy's catalog. Jimmy co-wrote it with Phil O'Donnell, and man, I just love that song. And
Jesus, Mama, and cold beer.
And I
don't
almost
drink,
didn't. Yeah,
but the lyrics in there are so powerful. You're not afraid
really
to say the 10 Commandments.
No,
but it's in the song.
And that's the beautiful thing about,
You talk about a song, throw the rock from end to end and you put Brett Favre in there. I mean, what an honor to him.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole song was written brilliantly.
Oh, I mean, Jimmy is just such undeniable talent. It's not even funny. So I'm blessed to be able to put my voice on his work. I really seriously am.
Was he in the studio when you cut?
Oh yeah, he's my producer.
So he's the producer.
Yeah.
So when he was in there and you were cutting that thing, were you like, how'd I do? Are you okay with this? Did you feel any of that pressures?
We just have a great relationship. And so it's not really, I won't say it's, there's no real pressure. It's just, we both have the same vision and we're both like, how can we make this to where we see it, where we want it to be?
Sure.
So it's not really, I don't know. I've been learning as I go through life that if you put pressure on something and you get really nerved up, like before I moved to town, I'd get more nerved up about coming to the studio. But now when I go into the studio, it's more like we're going to have the best day.
Yeah.
Like this is my favorite kind of day.
Yeah.
Like
this place.
This is this is a top 10 day of the year, if not a top 3 day.
Right.
And
let's make the most of it.
Yeah, we're having fun. It's not really, and we both have the same vision. So it's not like this huge pressure thing. And if you put pressure on something, if you think, don't say penguin, first thing you thought was penguin.
Yeah.
So if that makes sense.
It makes complete sense.
Yeah. So I think, being loose and, it's just like, I'm not a sports guy. I've just always been into the arts more and just all that. But
that's good.
But I'm a big fan of it, and I'm a big fan of the dedication. But it's like golf or anything,
Right.
You play golf.
So who's your dream collaborator? If I could, alive or dead, I could say I could call Hank Sr. up tomorrow and meet with you in the studio. I could call Kelly Chesney tomorrow and meet with you in the studio. I can call Amber Marie and have her meet you in the studio. Who would be your dream person that you could work in the studio, and if you could pick anybody?
Well, I love Amber. We got to get that going.
Yeah.
She's man, what a talent.
You two need to do a duet.
We do. We've written together as well.
She's hardworking.
Gosh, yeah. And she
keeps God first.
Yes. And she's really brilliant and really, from what I've hung out with her and whatnot, family person, which is really cool.
Loves her family.
Yeah. I can't wait to see like what she does in this town and with her life. Like it's going to be so sick.
Yeah.
Like so cool.
She's very good at social media like you are. She knows how to work it very, very well.
Yeah.
So who would you be? Who would you pick?
Can I say multiple? I'm not going to say dead because, there's a million people that I would go back and be like, oh, of course, But I think alive, there's a few. I would love Willie Nelson. He's just one of the best. I always say there's 8 million. There's so many great people. But how many country singers, and this came out the wrong way, but we'll scratch that little part. Ideally, I say Willie I always call him the last great country singer.
Sure.
Because how many people
Agreed.
do you know have been mainstream since the 1960s and is still on the road doing more dates than people in their 20s?
Right.
And he's in his 90s.
Yes.
And he does it out of the love of it. And it's just the feeling you feel. I love to go back to those 1960s records. And you'll see on some of my stuff, sometimes I'll pull out like old 1960s Willie B cuts.
Mm-hmm.
And they're so underrated. So I'd say Willie Nelson. I'd say Willie Nelson. I think Taylor Swift would be such an interesting one.
Yeah.
Something interesting.
You know how much you would learn from her?
Oh my God.
I think her gentleness in the studio would be like, we'll get it. Don't worry about it. Let's try it again. Or, well, we got it. And then, okay, let's try this. And I don't think that she, because she started so young and it's so inbred into her that I think Taylor would be just the perfect duet.
And I think she'd be such a fun person to hang out with and to have a conversation with. Because I love, as you can tell by now, I kind of like talking.
Yeah.
I feel like I remember she was saying when she first had her first success, her first couple of singles, she was at the CMA Awards. She went up to George Strait. And I'm paraphrasing this, but she went up to him and she was like, oh my gosh, you've done, I want to learn so much from you. Do you have any advice for me? I'm a young artist starting out. She was like 17. He was like, do it 25 years, you'll figure it out. Which is like most Texan George Strait, coolest thing to say.
Right.
But I just think, like, I was watching a documentary on her last night, and it was so cool just seeing.
How you artists are the same. Corey tells me the same thing. He goes, I love watching Leonard Skinner documentaries.
Ooh.
And you're like the same. You study that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I love, there's a thing called, I don't know if this is outside of music, but Ray Dalio, great investor, created the Bridgewater hedge fund up in Connecticut, originally in New York.
Couple quick questions for you.
Mm-hmm.
What song do you wish you wrote? What's your favorite? You're sad. You're in a good mood. You're this. You're driving your truck. You always have a go-to. Is there a go-to that lives in your catalog that you went, dang it, I wish I would have wrote that thing?
Let me think on that.
Okay, we'll come back to that.
I should have that right like that.
Yeah, hang on. We'll come back to that. So I want to ask you another question.
Okay.
You're 26?
Yes.
You moved here when you were 21?
23.
23.
Yep.
Okay, go back to 23 and sit down with Frankie. What are you going to tell him? You're going to now. I'm you 3 years from now. What are you going to tell him?
I would say number one, don't worry as much. Don't be so anxious about everything, you know? Don't be, that's just a personal thing. And I would say,
do you understand why I'm asking this question? Because what you're saying to yourself, you're hearing yourself, but tell yourself now. So now going forward, remember the advice you're giving yourself. Because when you apply that and you worry about your craft more than you do the anxieties of the music business, that's when it matters, because you're going to worry about the art. That's what you're good at.
Thank you.
What song do you wish you wrote? Top of your head. Dolly Parton, George Strait, Friends in Low Places.
Hello Walls by Willie Nelson.
Oh my gosh, what a great song.
You know what the best line in country music history is? It's,
you know who I used to love? Vern Gosdin.
Gosh.
I love
I got
Vern.
a funny Vern story. You want to hear a Vern story?
Yeah, I love Vern Gosdin.
So, Vern would go to the steakhouse. You'd been there, Santa Fe, up by Music Valley. And so I met this waiter once, and he said, yeah, I would always wait on Vern when he'd come in. He said, well, this is back in the day when writing royalties were just unfathomable. Mm-hmm. So he goes, one day Vern walks in, and he's got a check hanging out of his pocket, his shirt pocket, for $600,000 at Santa Fe. Like, don't lose that, Vern.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like, that is my favorite Vern Gosdin story. But yeah, I wish I wrote Hello Walls. There's that line that's, Hello Window. There's that one line. It's the best line in country music. I say this all the time, and I love to, when I'm writing, I oftentimes try to think of how I can embody a song like this and how I can make something similar to this, you know?
Right.
And this is the best line in country music. Hello, window. Well, I see that you're still here. Aren't you lonely since our darling disappeared? And here it is. Well, look, here is that a teardrop in the corner of your pane. Now, don't you try to tell me that it's rain.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
In the corner of your pane, don't try to tell me that it's rain.
Right. How do you make that stuff up?
Like, and apparently he was like in a writing session, and it was in a 4-wall writing room. And he was like, man, talk about a masterclass on write what you know and write where you are.
Right. Absolutely. That's the craziest thing about all of it.
He's in a room, the writer leaves, and he's like, hello, Walls.
Where do people find you?
Yeah, they find me on my socials, Frankie Justin Music, Frankie with an IE. It's Frankie Justin Music on everything, TikTok, Spotify, Facebook, Instagram, all the good stuff.
And where are you playing?
Yeah, I'm playing here in town.
In Nashville?
In Nashville, I'm playing
Broadway?
Tootsie's, Rippies, Honky Tonk Central. Then I have dates I'm really excited about out in Iowa this summer, Tulsa, Oklahoma this summer.
You come to Florida once in a while, right?
Yeah, I come down to Florida from time to time, to World Equestrian Center, Ocala. I also have some fairs in Connecticut, my home state. And yeah.
I want to do this again because we only got, sometimes it's just there needs to be a part 2. Maybe we should do that.
I'm in.
What do you think?
Let me know when, man.
Hey, I can't thank you enough for coming down today. Don't forget to take your gift. I always get somebody something for coming in and taking the time. And Frankie, I appreciate it today.
Hey, thank you. And before I go, can I just say one thing to any artist out there that's listening?
Sure.
And first off, thank you, Scott, so much for having me. It's an honor to call you a friend and an honor to know you.
Very
and
cool.
Because of knowing you, my life is definitely different. And I think about certain things you've told me over the years. And don't think that it goes unnoticed because it's in the back of my brain many a times.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for listening to Drop Me Off in Nashville, you guys. We'll see you real soon.
Thanks for joining Scotty and Friends. Don't forget to like and subscribe to join the Drop Me Off in Nashville family. Engineering and production provided by Podcast Production Music.
Well, Nashville, can't thank you enough for all the time.
Y'all come back now. Here?